Ahoy, welcome in. Hi, crew. Happy Monday. Oh my god, dude. Hope you're doing good. God damn, bro. I gotta tell you, it's already been a week, and I don't think it's gonna be changing anytime soon. But I'm gonna be doing my best to make sure that I don't know. Make sure that it's not just, persistent. We keep on and roll with the punches, you know what I mean? Hope you're good, guys. It's only Monday. Have yeah. Captain. Oh, what a wild week it's been. Captain, it's only Monday. It's like, damn it. Oh my god. Yeah, have hope. That's true. Still got the whole week. Got a whole week ahead of us. I have a thought. I'm just like, next week. Next week has the possibility of being a pretty good one, but I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up just yet. You know what I mean? It's like, we'll see. Maybe we gotta re-roll this one. Oh, bro, though. Hope you're having a good one, or at least trying to. Like I said, I'm a tired motherfucker, but I'm like, I'm not going to let that stop me. I don't think, honestly, I don't think that there's almost any. I don't know. There's nothing really that would stop me from doing the things that I enjoy. Crew, how's the vibes? How's this week been? I know I've not been here since Friday. That's a bit of time. I made a lamp. Ooh, hell yeah. A Turkish lamp. So what, like one that you can get a genie into? Dude, imagine finding and capturing a genie in a lamp, but it's not even the right lamp, so you gotta do the process all over again. That would kind of suck. I don't think that would be cleaned, very productive. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Very productive. They're like glass mosaic lamps. Oh. God. Dude, I'm going to say also on Friday, I was not doing the best when it comes to pronouncing things. Jesus. It's already infecting me when I start to talk about it. Oh, pronouncing things. Yeah, it's fine. Glass mosaic lamp. Let me see though. What are we looking at here? What did you make? Turkish lamp. Ooh, that does look very pretty. Oh, that's so nice. Aw, dude, that would be so fun. And you said you made it yourself? Dude, that's aw. I mean, I know that you haven't posted what yours looks like, but these look like, in general, like really fun. Yeah. Got invited to a casual wedding. Ooh. You know, I don't know anybody that would be like going to like a casual. I don't think I've ever been to a casual wedding. I also don't really have any friends that I would be invited to weddings unless they're like content creators. Like a backyard wedding? I guess maybe. A courthouse wedding? Well, maybe. Maybe you're just going to lunch. Imagine. But I mean, if it's like just chill, I think that would be honestly more of a vibe where it's like, I don't want to do anything crazy. I know I would want like the immediate family and then like friends. That's probably about it, yeah. Like parents and my bro. And I'm like, even that, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not in any sort of, I don't really want that. I don't know, bro. Reception is someone's backyard on a huge deck. Ooh, that sounds fun though. Yeah. Dude, you gotta take advantage of that. You eat as much food as you can, like if it was like a barbecue dinner. Like you've been invited to the barbecue and you got 3 plates and a doggy bag to take back home. Yeah, steal the centerpiece. Exactly. Yeah. I go for the food trust. I hear you. Holy shit. If I've ever gone to something, it's like I'm keeping an eye out on what they're serving. Because I mean, I've been to family weddings, but that's about it, really. Yeah. Small guest list and big venue is key. I think that's not a bad idea, too. I wouldn't want it to be. Oh, dude, you know what's the worst thing to do? Is doing like a public thing where it's like on a beach or something. Because that would be like, you can't just like, I don't know, bro. That's just not the vibe. That feels so bad. Oh, I hate that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, no. Because often, especially in like scenic beaches, they're like right next to a hotel. So like everybody in the hotel could either see it, or it's like you're just gonna be like, oh my god, dude. It's just gonna be one of those things where it's like, well, you can't really reserve the beach, but they're gonna probably try to be courteous more often than not. And then if it's not, then it's like, ooh, what do you do about that? Yeah. My brother went to Colorado for his wedding. Ooh. Immediate family and close friends. Yeah. That sounds about like what would make sense in my brain. I wouldn't want like extended family. But it's like, I don't even talk to extended family, so that's like even more like, doesn't even make sense to me. Like, I only talk to my parents and my brother. Dude, I think that my cousins might just assume that I'm like, I don't know, that I work for Pixar or some shit by this point. Who knows, bro? I best believe I elope for the wedding. You just gotta like, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not the type of person that's like gonna have a good time if I'm out doing something that formal. So I'm like, I'm gonna do the things that bring joy. I feel like if I was gonna get married, just go to sign the paper and then go for a vacation for a bit and tell no one. I feel like that's also a very good vibe. Yeah. I know my parents did something that was technically public when they were like married. There was this they went on like a boat. It wasn't a cruise, it was like a day cruise thingy. And it was like they got married on a boat, and the captain of the boat actually like was the pastor, basically, where it's like by the it was like something like instead of saying like by the power vested in me, it was like the dude said by the powers granted by like the US Coast Guard or some shit. It was something like that, and it was like, oh, that's neat. That's a very big difference, but I mean, I guess so. It's like, you got I guess that's something. Holy bro. Yeah, my parents got married on a boat, and that's not even a part of lore. It's just like, that's actually what happened. It's like, oh, neat. Hell yeah. And then my dad, being like a musician, the band that was playing on the boat, because they had like a live performance, which was really cool. But it was like, it wasn't a DJ set or anything. It was like, oh, this is like an actual like 4-man band or something. My dad stood in for the drummer, because my dad, I don't know if I've specifically said what instrument my dad does, but my dad's a drummer, and he's been drumming for like all his life. And so it was like, oh, can, you know, the groom say, you know, stand in for like a song or two? And it's like, oh yeah, you play? Hell yeah. And it's like, what happened was, the drummer that they had for that, right? So it was like a preset band, but it was like, I don't know, but like they were like, oh my god, this motherfucker can play the drums. Oh my god. Holy shit. And it was like, and my dad was in a suit and everything. And I'm like, that's so silly. And the wild part about this is that like years later, my family, like I'm maybe like in my teens by this point, right? Because I mean, I wasn't even a thought when they had that like wedding, blah blah blah. But like growing up, and then, you know, it's like, I don't know how many anniversaries my parents were like, oh, you know what, be fun for their anniversary. They said, it's like, oh yeah, let's go out and like have like a day cruise like we did. I was like, oh, that would be a good time for an anniversary. And so when they go, and me and my brother also was there by this point, right? They were like, oh, I don't know if you remember, but we were married on this boat like years back. And it's like, oh my god, you're the guy that showed up, the drummer, and it's the same band from way back that has been doing this for years. And it's like, oh fuck. So are you saying that we could, you know, have my dad and sit in for a set? And they were like, fucking of course he can. And so I got to see my dad play the drums live on this day cruise. Like, what was like years after their like initial wedding on their anniversary. And it's like, dude, this is awesome. That would be like the only way that anything public would turn out like good, if that makes sense. Like, that's like, oh my god, that's so cool. God, it's so interesting to me. It's like, I don't know, just seeing my dad on on stage playing the drum. Like, I've seen him play, because like he's definitely done things like that, and I've gone to like his shows. But it's like just seeing him, it was like, oh, we were supposed to like, this is not at all what we were planning to do, but like, what a crazy coincidence that this happened. It was so cool. But it was, yeah, the same band from way back. Every person there was just like, oh, I'm a little older, like I have a receding hairline or something. And it's like, that's silly. It's so fun. Dude. But yeah, that would, oh god, that's an insane anniversary to be a thing at all. Like, I could not imagine just being like, like I said, I'm like, I don't even know how many years that it would have been, but it's like, just, oh, you remember us? We have 2 kids now, and we're still happily married. It's like, oh my god, that's crazy. I guess happy anniversary. What the fuck? Small world, yeah. And it was like, I don't think that they always play is the thing. And so it was like just, yeah, a series of events that led to that being able to happen. And that was really cool. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's so neat to think about stuff like that. It's like, well, maybe not always the worst thing to have like people that you don't know involved, but it's like, you know, in a controlled environment. In a way, having like the same people involved in like a party is really fun. I love it though. Yeah. Dude, I when I was a kid thinking about this, my parents were really my parents have always been super supportive, right? But dude, when I was a kid, I was, well, kid, I say, as I think about it, and like, I was like a high schooler. I was learning how to play the guitar, and my father was in a band at the time. And so I, at the time, was like really nervous, and I've never had a chance to like play in person on a stage or anything. But my dad had this idea that like, well, you know, since we're booked out on this gig, would you like to see what it's like to be, you know, playing on stage? And I'm like, maybe. So I don't ever really talk about this, but it's that like, yeah, my dad got me to also at another random point when I was in high school to play on a stage in front of like a crowd. And I'll tell you, it wasn't a small thing, but there's probably nothing that would have been like a notable event. It was just like, oh, I played at a concert live once before I even had the skills to back it. Brother, I was practically winging it that whole time, because it's like it got to the point where it's like, this is just me playing the rhythm section at best, bro. Oh my god. But I don't know, there's so many like weird little things that I'm thinking about. You were a performer even back in the day? Yeah. There's like always been a part of me that's wanted to be a performer, I suppose. In hindsight, I didn't even realize, you know? And it's like, yeah, you know, I've been on stage a couple times. I've been doing things in preparation to be an entertainer my whole life, really. And that's so weird to think about in hindsight, because it's like, the little things like the stupid story about like, you know, when you talk, you project with your diaphragm, bah, you know, or like having like a stage presence because like my dad, being a drummer, right? It's not something that you really think about. Unless you've seen people live, right? The stage performance of a drummer, you don't really have to do much because you're already going crazy on the drums. So my dad, he's the type that's very critical of himself, and he does not feel like he's ever really had, well, he's told me that he's like not really got a stage presence, but it's like that kind of makes sense because it's, you know, drums. And so he was like, you know, he was like, you can do so much more than I could because I don't have that confidence. And it's like it's like, that's crazy for him to say. And it's like, I don't know. I think it's really cool to like see there's like so many different things that like family have supported in that way. And I'm like, my parents have always been so supportive. It's just the other strangers in my life have been mean. Dude, family, immediate family, very cool. People that I've met growing up, very bad. You know? Oh my god. But that's all good. I don't know. I think to myself sometimes it's like so silly to see the difference of like who I am versus like some family despite what they do. Like my mom, she's not somebody that's ever considered herself like a musical person or a performer. But I would so say that like my mom is also somebody that's like very good at having a presence in a conversation. Like my mom is somebody that's like, if you've ever talked to somebody that's like, God, I feel like sometimes I'm a changed person after the conversation. That is absolutely my mom. It's like she's the type that's got a super potent charisma, and it's like something that I think really shines through. I think it's also partially that like I might have gotten some good ways to project my voice because of her. And it's not in a bad way. It's like my mom can be very loud if she'd like. She doesn't like to often, but if she wants, she can be the person that like if you're at a concert, right? And you hear somebody go, "Woo!" It's like that kind of like, "Oh, how did that pick up on any microphone from somebody in the crowd?" It's like, god damn, if you think about it. It's really silly. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. Family have always been like so interestingly supportive of like every hobby and stuff that I've ever had. Including, you know, streaming. Like a mix of my parents for sure. My dad is very much like the type of dude is that he seems like he's very stoic and standoffish until you get to know him to a point where it's like he plays it up like it's a joke to him, and it's really fun. It's really fun to hear the stories because it's like my dad is like a mischievous kind of person, despite the fact that he seems like he would be the type that's like a stoic, stone cold person until you talk to him. And I mean, I've only been told that from like an outside perspective because it's like I don't personally see it. To me, my dad is like a very silly, goofy guy. But it's also that I'm his son. So I'm like, that makes sense. So I'm like, yeah, I could see it. I could see it. Bro, it's so goofy in hindsight, but yeah, I'm like, nowadays, I know that I'm like not playing any instrument. I honestly could learn, but I feel like in that same time, I could probably also try to learn like a language or something wild, you know? I don't know, maybe a language would be more practical. You know what I mean? Who knows? I do like making music though. Use more of my voice even in like speaking. But I was gonna say is that like, yeah, dude, my family has always been like some very positive force in my life. Despite everything that I go through, it's like, yeah, I still have my family though. So at least there's some part of that to fall back on. Yeah. I've also was like I was talking with a homie recently about some like crazy stuff because it's like my grandparents were also wild people, and like I cannot go into details, but it's like my grandparents used to be people that go on TV on the occasion, or have been in movies in a way. Technically. It's so weird to say stuff like that, but I'm not gonna. It's, like, not actors is the thing. My grandpa's an artist, but he's like very good at certain things, and it's like really neat to think about. Yeah, like thinking about the fact that like, yeah, it's goofy to think because it's like my grandpa like taught me how to paint, oil paint that is, and it was like this dude is the type of guy. My grandpa was a guy that like was able to sell paintings for like a crazy stupid amount of money. Whenever you were to buy like the original print of it, it's just like crazy price points. Yeah. And then like I'm not going to go into detail, like I said, on anything involving like what he did, but it's like, yeah, my grandpa used to work in animation also, but also not anything that I could probably talk about. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I feel like it's funny because in hindsight, technically, I would say like, oh god, it's like wild the degrees that my family has done things like, dude, it's so silly. It's like, I don't know. Yeah. If that gives you any sort of perspective of like, my family is goofy and wild, but it's like even the people that would be like quote unquote more mundane, they've gone through other wild stuff. Like my mom, she would probably still consider herself like, oh yeah, I'm not done the crazy things that your father have. It's like, mom, you used to be like a somebody that was a sailor that was for like an oil rig, and you once outran a fucking hurricane with your crew. She tells that story, and it's like, yeah, no, I didn't do too much weird and wacky things when I was younger. It's like, you okay? Okay, mom, great. No, you're fine, you're normal. Yeah. Dude, y'all sound like fun creative people. Oh my god. And it's also like imagine that. So my grandparents were like, to say the least, decently wealthy people, but they were also, my grandpa at the least was the type of person who's like, you gotta make your own money. So my dad himself went out and did like as much as he could on his own, right? And I think I would say he's a successful man. I mean, even if it's not just like a financial thing, it's like he's stable and also has like, a good family. So it's, there's good. But it's like my grandparents had, god, on my dad's side it was like, what, let me think, I had 2 aunts and 2 uncles. On my dad's side. So yeah, 5 kids from that. And they all did all sorts of crazy stuff. So imagine a family reunion where it's like just about everybody else in the family are a little goofy, to say the least. And it's like, I remember family gatherings at my grandparents, because like my grandparents were the only people that would be like the connecting tissue, and you know that was the case at the end. But it's like, dude, my grandparents were like hosting like a Thanksgiving, say, at their place, and it would be like the 5 kids of theirs, like one of them being my dad, and then their kids, which would be like, you know, me and my brother, and then I have like, God, how many cousins? Shit. I have like a huge family, bro. And this is like, you know, some of those cousins have kids, and it's like, yeah, like technically my parents were like some of the latest in that side of the family to have kids. And so it's like, oh, I'm like one of the youngest cousins. And dude, it's like seeing like what, there's like maybe 30 people here at one house. And it's like we're not even doing anything more than just mingling, saying hi. And each and every one of us had like an insane kind of story, bro. Like, dude, it's so goofy. Dude, yeah, it's a big family. I'm just thinking about like, that is literally also just on my dad's side. And on my mom's side, I'm like, God, how many people? Because it was like my grandma, and then, God, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 children on my grandma on my mom's side. So like my mom and 5 other siblings. Having like 5 uncles and aunts on my mom's side, and then like 2 uncles and aunts each on my dad's side. It's like, yeah, I have a big family. Thinking about that, but it's like I've only met my like my family on my mom's side kind of loosely. Like the family on my dad's side, it's like I grew up like in a rural, like middle of nowhere kind of place, and a lot of them really didn't move away, you know what I mean? It's that kind of environment where it's like, oh, here's like generations of the family. And it's kind of goofy in hindsight. Holy. And I'm like, you know, I'm not the type that would like at all really want to invite extended family, because there's like just so much wild history between them. It's like, you know what, I'll just have my parents. If I did anything like a you know, a wedding, it's like, nah, bro. Not for me. No shot. I'm not even the type that's like looking for something like that. I'm barely able to function as a human being. You think I can handle being in something like that, bro? Like, come on. Holy. I would probably need a lot more stability in general. At minimum. Holy. Yeah. But yeah, my family always are the types is like, life isn't that interesting. We're just rolling with the punches. I was like, I'm not even like super far off of like what is another wild family member, if that makes sense. I was like, oh, you know, Hootie. He's what, you know, he's one of those YouTubers and stuff, basically. so stupid. Yeah, it says people with the most interesting lives, basically. Yeah, those people are like, you're so funky. I don't know. Why are you like this? You shouldn't like stop the I don't know. It is interesting. Don't make it like, oh yeah, I didn't do anything at all growing up. It's like, no, you say that and then you tell a story about like how you filled a gymnasium full of crickets, and it's like like, I don't know, bro. Like, you're, even if it's like a mundane thing, it's like, that's not a small thing, brother. You're stupid. Family has to be the most humble. I think it's that we have a problem, except for one of my some of my uncles. They were he was like goofy, vain on purpose. He's the type of dude that would have been like it's like, I actually wrestled an alligator this weekend. Really? No, I lied to you just now because it's funny. It's like, what? Shut up. I do be lying. Basically, that's, yeah, one of my uncles is just like, well, what are we telling the truth about then, huh? Come on. Holy. Dude, it's crazy. Me when I lie for the lulz at the function, dude. That was like, I don't know. My uncle, him, the one I'm thinking of, let's just say, like, let's call him Uncle Sylvester. Because that's, for my own family that would be listening, that would be an inside joke. My uncle was bald, and it was because of like health issues, but it's like he had to shave his head at some point, and it was like, I can't think of anything I want to be for Halloween. And because he's the cocky uncle, it was like, my dad said to him, because they banter a lot, they used to, is that it was like, you know, you could really pull off the uncle from the Addams Family. You know, the guy, just put a light bulb in your mouth and have some heavy eyeshadow. You'll be perfect. Exact replica of that motherfucker from the Addams Family. And it was like, he did not like that. It's like, you shut up. Shut up. God, it was so funny though. I mean, yeah, my family really is the type that's like, that's my family are very close to the Addams Family in so many stupid ways. It's kind of great. Yeah. Even one of my cousins could pass for like Lurch, the tall, weird, lanky guy. You rang. Yeah. That's just one of my cousins who's like an archaeologist or some shit. That's not even a joke. That's like what one of my cousins do. It's like so wild. Yeah. Everyone in your family's giants? Only some of us were. Like my grandpa and like my cousins. Some of my cousins, because there are others. Like, it was me and then two cousins. And it was like, because one of my cousins was like just not at all near. My my grandpa, I had like two cousins that were really tall, and my cousin that was a man that is the archaeologist, I was like not really close with the family, so I just inherited all of my grandfather's like crazy expensive suits, and it's so silly in hindsight. Also, hi, welcome in, Gaia. Welcome. I was just talking about Goofy family and how I've like so many aunts, uncles, and cousins. It's actually kind of insane. It's goofy as hell, bro. What I was gonna say is that the cousin that was like also tall as me, if not, he was like actually a bit taller, because like I'm 6'3", and he is like almost freakishly tall, and I think he's like 6'6", 6'7", I think. That seems about right. Yeah. So it's like he was actually a little too tall to like inherit my grandpa's like suits. Is he single? Oh my god. You know, I actually don't think he is. What are they feed y'all over there? Well, that's the thing, is that like it's not common. Fuck. No, my cousin is not single. I'm pretty sure he's happily married. I don't know. I haven't really talked to him. He's one of the guys that was like really cool when it comes to like music, because he also played in a metal band, but he was also an archaeologist, so he would call himself a rock band. Anyway, it's so stupid. Oh, it's sick. Yeah. It's if you want to know what like the mental image of like my cousin, it would be like, imagine a really thin, tall Guy Fieri, but instead of blonde hair, he has solid black hair. That's what my cousin, in a weird way, kind of looks like in my brain. Oh my god. Listen, I like rocks and bones. He likes rocks and bones. I'm just saying. True. Valid, I guess. I don't actually know what specifically, but it's like, yeah, he has a PhD. And that's crazy, because he's talked about his like stuff like that. And then I had another cousin, which was his sister, who was like 6 foot. She was also very tall for a lady. But she was eventually, is she single? No, I know for a fact she isn't, because she had a child, I think recently. I don't really keep up with that. No. Fuck. You can be single and have a baby. That's true. But she's not that type of person that would have a child that was single. Yeah. She's, I think, a librarian now, though. She also got a PhD. Wild that like those two both have PhDs from like the same family. Like my uncle was not the type. Hot, tall librarian. Yeah, I guess that's a way to describe it, I guess. I guess so. God damn. Oh my god. I don't remember exactly what her PhD was, but I think it was like something involving like language, maybe. That sounds about right. Or English in general, like a literature thing. Yeah. And smart, yeah. I mean, I could talk about my kind of dumb cousins. Oh boy, dude, do I have some fucking awful family though. Other side of family. I don't think I would want to talk about that, honestly. Dude. Yeah, there's a reason why I'm only really talking with mostly, it's just my immediate family, like my parents, yeah. I don't stand a chance with the smart ones. Oh my god. Are they dumb and a good person? No. 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 Yeah, if my cousin saw this, he'd be like, damn, he knew. Yeah. He's like, he knows what he's done. That's the kind of deal it is, yeah. Dumb and cute. So maybe tall ones would look at me. I do have like some cousins that are like actually nice. I just haven't had a chance to talk with them. And I'm like, it's been so long. There's a guy that like used to work in the military, and it was part of the reason why my family does not enjoy the idea of people working in the military. Because he is a very changed man. He's a cool dude, but he's got moments. Poor man. He's a good guy. He was like the type of dude that would be like, yeah. Honestly though, did not think I could date somebody who doesn't play or doesn't play or know games. Oh, I mean, most of my family are like really like chill, but it's like, it's the aunts and some cousins. Well, aunt, sorry. Yeah. Cause yeah, there's reason. Yeah. Hi. Have you heard Landy Survivors, the K-pop Demon Hunter? I have heard. I've played I've watched K-pop Demon Hunters so many times by this point. It's very good, dude. It's so good. I loved it. I am obsessed with certain ones. Perchance. It's still legible somehow though. Perchance. Yeah. But yeah, my family is like, there's like certain cousins that like had game consoles before I did, so it's just like mostly it's like, oh, that's cool. Or like things like that where they would be like, oh, what's your playing, what you doing? It's like I've mostly been doing art or blah blah blah, and it's like, oh, that's actually really cool, hell yeah. And they saw like certain things that I would do. I like how I've talked about, I entered like a national art competition and I lost. I mean, I got like second in state, but you know, they were only doing things with the first in state and etc. Because 50 states and that's still a lot of kids. Anyway, it was a good painting. But yeah, it didn't do as the whatever. I'm still salty because of how stupid the judges were. But they were like, oh, that's actually crazy. Because it's like, I don't know. Like I said, everybody in my family is a little goofy and like they don't really like think of things in the normal way. It's like everything that we're all doing is probably one of the more insane things that you could be doing with your life. I mean, I have not stopped being that way, but yeah. Family can be odd, related somehow, but everyone's doing their own thing. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with any of my cousins anymore, or my aunts and uncles. Yeah. I think I only have aunts left, actually. Sorry, that's a very morbid thing to say, but like it's... No, I haven't one uncle left. Yeah. but like they're on my mom's side, and I don't talk to them because they're very distant. Hmm. Big family became very small family. If that makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I only really talk to my parents and my brother involving any sort of family. That's fine. But eventually, I mean, I might want to reconnect with some of them. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, it's just how time goes on, really. Ads in 5, thank you for the reminder. I don't know. I think about how, like, yeah, so many, even if you're like related or like any sort of perspective of like, oh, yeah, this is like not a normal life. There's so many varieties of like abnormal lives you could lead. It's so interesting. It's so interesting to me, though. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I love that, though. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, I still feel like I'm barely finding a stride. You know what I mean? But I'm doing what I can. Wild ass diversity that the life paths. Yeah, I was thinking about like, there's a timeline where I could have been doing like a weirdly specific thing in my life. And I'm like, I wouldn't really have been the same person at all, I don't think. But there's like a part of me that's like, it would have been an interesting life, but it's like, I don't know if I would have been happy. You know what I mean? It's like, I could have been doing that. Yeah. For better or worse. Yeah, you think? Yeah. It's hard to know whether good things are bad. Like, good things could have happened or blah, blah. Like, such a different, like, path in life that could have could have happened that I don't even think about it by this point. But it's like, I was thinking about, like, family recently, and it's like, that they really could have, like, I could have been doing something that, like, my family also was doing. But I didn't. It's not a bad thing. It's just like, yeah. There would have been a path if I really wanted, but I guess not. Interesting. I don't know. I like kind of like seeing or thinking about like the alternate timelines. Like there's maybe a timeline where I would have been like, I don't know, something crazy like an astronaut or some shit. But I don't think I actually could have been because I'm like, I've got bad vision, bro. On account of the curse, you know? Just God damn. Dude, I'm just like, might be too tall to be an instrument too. Oh, you know, that's also something. Maybe there is like an optimized height booty in space. Yeah. Well, it's like, from what I know, is that an easy, not an easy, but like a more consistent path to becoming a like an astronaut, you'd probably have to be like a pilot first, and to be a pilot, you'd have to have good vision. A space pirate. No height requirements to be an astronaut. Ah, tallest was 6'4". Oh, okay. You know, that's valid. Interesting. I wonder if there's like any problems when with height. Like, is somebody able to like, do like G-forces affect certain people more than others if you're shorter versus higher? I don't know. Maybe you thinking something else? I mean, I'm certain it's more likely that it's pilots that would, but yeah, I don't know. I couldn't really tell you. But also, hi Scully, welcome in. Hi. It's one of those days, you know. Oh boy. It's actually been a week, I'll tell you that much. Oh man. Dude, I wanna it'd be a Monday. It's a Monday and it's already been a whole week. God damn. Yeah. I gotta make and post a schedule if I really wanted. It's fine. I'll just be live the same days doing stuff this week, you know? Gotta be a little lax this week. A little tiny bit, but it's still the same time, same days. You know what I mean? Also, welcome back from the ads. Hi, crew. Yeah, we were just mostly talking about how, like, it could be some of the weirdest lives. Like, what is a weird alt life that you could possibly have? I don't know. I'm just like, a weird alternate timeline Hootie would have been, like, I don't know, an astronaut, or probably even like as mundane as a construction worker. And I'm like, I don't like that idea, but you know what I mean. I just like the idea of, like, sometimes stuff like that can be like kind of crazy. I don't know. Oh, ads just started? Oh, it's the inverse of what. Ah, they just started instead of welcome back. Oh no, you've been baited. You thought you were safe, but no, you got hit with some ads, bro. No, my own mods. One tells only lies, one tells only the truth. They are the gates to oblivion. Mindset ads in progress. Oh, interesting. I wonder why that would be then. Interesting. Which bamboozled us. Top 10 anime betrayals. Guys. Insane. How could you do this to us? We trusted you, okay? It's okay. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. But you're on thin ice. just like bookend it with like threats. As I always thought you were weirdos. Yeah. I think most of us are a little goofy, a little funky. I mean, I literally just had a good conversation about how everybody in my family is crazy, and why am I any different? You know what I mean? Like, clearly I'm not any different than them. Brother, I'm an anime boy on the internet. Says the weirdo. They're fighting. That's Mr. Weirdo to you. I am a weirdo in the sea of normies. Okay, bro. Okay. We don't need to be like, I'm special though. I have the gift of prophecy. Okay, chill. You have the gift of prophecy. You have the mandate of heaven. Crazy. Okay, chill, bro. Chill. I do actually. These guys are not special. I have the weirdness. You know, I think that everybody's a little weird. It just depends on how much you show it, I guess. God damn it. Bro, I'm just like, it's so silly. Everybody here truly is like a little goofy, but I don't think it's a bad thing. feel like, dude, I've talked about this in in some ways, but it's like, I've always had like such a, like, I hold back my freak. You wouldn't be able to handle me at my full strength. It's like, it's not that they're like, will I match your freak? It's like, will you match my freak? I don't know. I don't think that's a possibility. Maybe, probably. Archuny weirdness. Holy. Will you match your yearn? Oh my god. Will you go yearn for yearn? God. Match your freak? Will they match your yearn? I've seen a few TikToks with that as a thing, and it's just so silly. It's like, dude looks like, the guy saying it looks like either a Harry Potter e-boy or, or, sorry, that's a very awful thing to say to somebody I don't know. My bad. Or the dude from the kid from Meet the Robinsons. It's fucked up. I'm sorry. A grown-up version of the kid from Meet the Robinsons. The guy with the glasses. You can see the vibe in the brain, right? Probably. Somebody's got to change. Get your own freak. That guy was hot. The adult one had some merit. Yeah, I could see it. Sorry. Cook them cookies, Eileen. God, I just remembered that stupid scene. There was like a stupid scene from Meet the Robinsons where somebody's just dancing in a room. And it's apparently like the grandma or something. And it's like, oh, Eileen's just baking some cookies. And then he opens the door and it's just like, just a silly song playing while she's dancing on a disco floor. And it's like, bake them cookies, Eileen. It's like, what is happening? So good though. Such a wild movie in hindsight. Yeah. It's true. It's a goofy movie, but it's like very fun. And yeah, she's baking cookies, all right. What do you mean by that, huh? Family's odd but supportive. You know, it's a fun movie and has a nice message. I'm glad that it was made, you know? Because it's like, so many good things happen in there. It's nice. It was a fever dream, I swear. I mean, it really was, because it's time travel and also like just goofy, weird, wacky stuff on purpose, you know? Yeah. Just like that one animal movie, Open Season. Oh, dude. Open Season is so insane. I remember when I was younger, I used to watch that movie. Like, there was like a good number of times I've watched it on repeat, and it was so silly. And it's the wild part is like it had like sequels that were just absolutely garbage. But the first one was good, you know? It was just that like it having sequels did no favors. And it's kind of funny in hindsight. There's more than one, apparently. Yeah. Let me like. I remember the deer dressed in drag and flirted with the human once. A human woman. I kind of remember that. Let me see. Open Season. Not meme. No. Because there's a few memes that came from this. Yeah, this movie was like really weird. looking at screenshots, bro. Open season. Yeah. I don't really get why. It's an era of it's a movie of its era, that's for sure. It had like wild actors in it too. It was like a decent cast, but I'm like, why? Because it's like Ashton Kutcher, Martin Lawrence, Deborah. It's just like we've got like Billy Connolly and stuff like that. Jon Favreau. It's like, what are we doing? Like, what the hell is going on? Patrick Warburton. Fucking. It's like, dude, what? Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, there was apparently, yeah, 2 and 3 as well, but it's like, I'm certain those were just awful. Probably straight to DVD kind of movies, you know? Straight to video. No chance of being any good. I don't know, man. Peak of their career. Yeah. We don't know anybody for anything else. Like Ashton Kutcher, no, he's only been in Open Season, right? Or fucking Martin Lawrence. Or yeah, Jon Favreau, only been in this movie, clearly. It's peak of their career. Goofy as hell. Crazy ass actors doing super stupid roles is some of the best thing about these movies, or movies like that though. Because wasn't there like some good actors in Hoodwinked as a movie though? Hoodwinked. Because there was like a movie like over the like Open Season. Yeah, Patrick Warburton is also in this movie. That's kind of what Anne Hathaway is in this movie. Glenn Close. What the fuck is this? What are, oh my god. Hoodwinked. Oh yeah, and Over the Hedge. Yeah, Patrick's in everything. Yeah, it's true. What is this cast? I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me see. We have, it was like, yeah, Over the Hedge. Over the Hedge had, yeah, Bruce Willis, Steve Carell, Wanda Sykes. Oh my god. It's so fucking crazy. Avril Lavigne. Why are you here? William Shatner. What the fuck is happening in this movie that warrants these people? Over the Hedge. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's even more that you'd probably recognize. Yeah. Eugene Levy? What the fuck? Brother, what? What? I remember him, but I'm like, what the fuck? Who plays the squirrel? And that's probably Steve Carell. Yeah, Steve Carell's Hammy the squirrel. No, Hammy. Wait, fuck. Who was Hammy in that? Don't go to Steve Carell's page. I want Over the Garden Walls. IMDb. Hold on. Yeah, Avril Lavigne having like a random appearance is wild too. Hammy. Which one's Hammy? I don't remember. Hammy the squirrel. Okay, it was the squirrel. Yeah. That's Steve Carell. Yeah, that's valid. That's very much of its time. Also, didn't wasn't this also the era of like video game movies that had video game adaptations that were like almost nothing, like no good at all? It was like barely trying. Like they just forced these developers to be like, you're making an over the hedge as a movie game. It's like I don't really want to, but I guess you've paid us enough. We're not breaking the bank. We're just gonna do like the bare minimum. Make it like a platformer, I guess. I don't know. It's so goofy. There's a lot of games that were like that though. It was like, I mean, even with the other movies we were just talking about, was like Meet the Robinsons had a game movie. Yeah. Yeah, plug and play things. I mean, I think they might have been plug and play, but I'm also thinking it was like I straight up remember playing like like a game on either GameCube or PlayStation, like the first PlayStation. No, the first PlayStation was like Monsters Inc. had a game, I think. Dude, I barely remember this shit. It's so goofy in hindsight. Dude, I think that like those kinds of games were just crazy. Remember having a GBA Ratatouille game? Yeah, that also is, Game Boy games. Oh boy. Thinking about that seems so goofy. I don't know, man. I think they're the one that I had. It was like, it would be stuff like a SpongeBob game or something, right? It's not like those are exactly would have been like, the worst, but it would be like, God. Yeah, like a Jimmy Neutron game. It was like Nickelodeon had these kind of games, and it's like really slop and not much going on, but like kind of insane to think about. Movie to video game type games feel like fever dreams. Oh, they were though. Because it's like loosely based off of the game. I mean, based off of the movie, but it's like, God. The Jimmy Neutron game from on PC, and it could not figure out what to do. Dude, there was so many games like that when I was a kid. I'm just like, I'm just a dumb fucking kid. What do we do here? I want to go and progress the story. What the fuck is happening? Yeah. SpongeBob games kind of went hard though. Yeah, the ones with SpongeBob, that's like the outliers where it was like so it was like the Battle of Bikini Bottom got a remake because it was actually good. People were like, no, Nickelodeon. Hey, Nicholas loading screen. Excuse me. I was wondering, you wouldn't happen to have any plans to remake this game, would you? Shrek Smackdown. I do remember seeing it, but I don't think I've played it because it was like I kind of remember like when I was a kid commercials for it. Yeah. Tiny Chef Fire. Cause they're just merging, yeah. I don't know, man. To me, it's like kind of goofy to think about how like how insanely different the games were versus the movies and stuff. There was like this one, yeah, I didn't play it, but I seen trailers for it of like the Shrek game having like, oh, you can play with characters that aren't even in the movie, like Little Red Riding Hood and blah blah blah. And it's like, what? Interesting. Okay, but why? And it was like like a 3D platformer, like they were often to be. God, why would you want that? I don't know. Make the roster bigger? Probably, yeah. I just want to play this stupid donkey. Oh man. Dude, there was like so many like 3D battles, like 3D battlers too. It's like the Nickelodeon Smackdown. It's like, I don't, what is this? Play as your favorite Nicktoons characters, like Jimmy Neutron, Timmy Turner, the Rugrats. And it's like, I don't want to play as the Rugrats at all, actually. Like, this is not the vibe, actually. God. It's this awesome music playing. Oh, yeah. It's some good jams from a certain movie. Yeah, there was also a Shrek platformer. All I remember was rounding up chickens. It was so hard to do. God, there were so many like weird movie and TV show games that just don't really make sense. While that SpongeBob and the Ninja Turtles are gonna be like in the new Sonic Racers game. Yeah, there's Sonic All Stars coming soon, and it was like, it's Sonic has brought forward Hatsune Miku, the main character from the newer Yakuza games, SpongeBob, the TMNT Ninja Turtles, and Steve from Minecraft. And that's insane. Hatsune Miku. Oh yeah, and Joker from Persona. That's right. It's a wild pull, but like, what the fuck? Sega characters make sense, but Steve, yeah. SpongeBob? I don't know. I couldn't tell you, bro. Those Super Smash Brothers of racing games. I feel... if I played that, I'd probably want to play as Miku. Because I want to be the cute anime girl. Or Joker from Persona. Those are the only characters I'd probably want to play. Maybe Eggman or Rouge the Bat. For obvious reasons. Thought it was a joke, but it's real. Yeah, I saw at one point it was like a leak of like the roster or characters to be in the roster. And then it was like, oh, here's the trailer for it. And it was just the same footage, basically. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean that SpongeBob and Minecraft Steve are here? What? At some point, it feels like they dropped a wall shelf full of IPs on the floor and it's like, oh, you can add these characters and these other ones at random. Yeah. It's like, it really does feel like an insane pull for a lot of these characters, man. I don't know. It's like, what is like the upper limit of that? You know, if it's stuff like Nickelodeon IPs for SpongeBob, and I'm like, what is going on? what is the upper limit, right? I don't know. I don't really know if this like Sonic racing game is gonna be like super appealing to me, because it's one of those games where it's like it has interesting IP, but like I don't want it. I don't know if it'll play good, you know? Like I don't know if it'll feel fun, right? So hi Edsel, welcome in. Hello. How's it going? We're vibing today. It's one of those like sleepy, dreamy hangout kind of days, which isn't always a bad thing, you know. You like to hang out and it's good. It's good. I like talking with the crew. And I think that like honestly, that might be just mostly the plan this week, you know what I mean? Where it's like we just enjoy the good vibes and chat a bit. Maybe play Mario Kart or a few other things, but that's about it. By the way, that Uma Musume game has me by the throat, and I blame you. Holy. He played Zenless Zone Zero for the first time on Friday. Fun. Ooh. Dude, I love the characters and like the animations from Zenless Zone Zero. I am not at all close to like doing anything with the story, but it seemed like it'd be interesting. I looked into like what the heck's going on in there, and it's interesting because it's like, what an like I like the setting. It's cool. But yeah, recently, oh my god, I've been obsessed with a game, Uma Musume, the horse girl racing. Oh my god, and it's been plastered all over my goddamned timeline, where it's like I just constantly see horse facts about these these horses based off of like these characters based off of real race horses and stuff, and it's like, oh my god, you're so goofy. Ooh yeah, you want Lycan. Dude, I'm not a furry, but that's the end of that statement. I'm just saying. God. This video is about gold chip are great. Oh my god. It's so funny seeing like stuff involving the horse gold ship, but like the real horse is even wilder than like the horse in the game. You know what I mean? I almost got him. It was so sad when I didn't. No. Aw. It's okay. I love also the other characters. Gosh, what was his name? There was like another wolf guy, but he's more like he's got the dark hair and the red streak in it. I love that design, but I'm like, oh my god. Apparently, also Hugo's pretty. Ooh, I gotta like. There's like a few games that I'm like, I kind of want to get into just for the designs, really. Yeah. The Shadow the Hedgehog looking motherfucker. Well, don't insult him. He's hot. Okay, bro. Not everybody can be what, I don't know, Big Ben the bear. Okay, we have to have some like edgy hot boys. Okay. No one's immune to ridicule. It's true though, I hear you. Talking about furries, there's also the line drawn by Normies Banks. Oh, that's right. If a human with ears and the tails, it's okay, but more animals is a no-no. I think it's the face is what seems to be the problem, quote unquote. I don't get it. That's not something I would say, but like, I don't know, maybe they're like, the banks don't understand that they can be shut down at a moment's notice with how wealthy these furries can be, okay? I never said that furries in any capacity were bad. Honest to God, I wish we had more furries in this community. God, we would have such a good economy if that was the case. Oh, man. Being a monster fucker is like furry adjacent. That's true. See how many furries are driving driving the OnlyFans. Yeah, they'll see. Do see a few, see a few here and there. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's like legitimately, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's not for me personally, but there's like a part of it where it's like I can hear you out. I hear you. I'm more like, depends if they're I don't know, man. I don't know. All I'm saying is, if like they look hot enough that it's like, sure, whatever, I can handle a snout. That's whatever. I don't care. It's like past a point I start to be apathetic, if that makes sense. It's like, that's still hot. I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it depends on the art. On the occasion, I suppose. Like I said, it's like the thing is like, I'm not a furry, but this one, it still works. Yeah. If they take it back, it was way more than they were expecting with the losses. Oh yeah, dude, that's so funny. If that's the like, if they have results of like, hey guys, we're sorry about this one rule. We're sorry. We talked to the banks. Did we mention the new Zootopia horse mayor? That's subjective. I don't feel like he's my type. I know what you're talking about. I don't think he's for me specifically. But that's a valid perspective, is what I'm saying. The what? I don't feel like a man. I think horses scare me. He's supposed to be attractive, but he's okay. I think it's the over the top, like, you know, the weird Fabio, like, or, you know, Mr. like not Mr. Fantastic. No, it's like Prince Charming type. Yeah. Fabio. That's it. That's what I was trying to think of. Fabio. Yeah. Yeah, Fabio in his prime, but as a horse. Wild. Fabio's the dude. Fabio's Chad Horse Jr. Yeah. God, imagine if it was like just also voiced by Fabio. Oh, I hate him. My bad. Oh, the horse guy? Yeah, I don't think he's it's not for me. No. Let me see. Horse. Zootopia. Nah, he's just like, it's just really a horse face. Like, that's really just, it doesn't do anything for me here. I don't know, man. Let me bring him up visually. Yeah, man, he's like, yeah, he's muscular. And he's got nice hair because he's a horse. But like, I don't know. Not for me. Nah. Nice hair, muscular. Not for me. Fabio's persona is crazy. Because I think he would probably think of himself as a lion. But maybe. I mean, I could see him being like, no, I'm a horse, a stallion. We do not claim the horse. A furry. The furries do not claim the horse. Well, I don't know the lines of like how certain. Okay, but like, I just saw this. Let me see. Hold a moment. Hold a moment. Am I gonna have to bring up this image? Hold on. Does a horse fall into a furry category? I would imagine so, right? Like, that would make sense to me. Like, I don't think it would make sense if they weren't, but like, if it was like a horse furry thingy. Yeah. Horse falls into trying too hard category. Well, that's still probably somebody though, right? Somebody's like so into it that they they're trying hard. Anyway, I saw these guys just now, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. Maybe there's something to this though. Zebras. I don't know. That's a real thing. Also, Zootopia. I don't know. Yeah, it's subjective, man. Depends. I think the horses and horse adjacent furries aren't my taste. Yeah. I just like there's certain ones that I'm like, I could see why. Like those the tigers, sorry. And I'm like, I don't feel like I even really have to bring that up. It's like, it's like, okay, I can see that. The horse mare looks uncanny. That's kind of true. Yeah. Yeah. He looks a little uncanny. You know what goes hard? It's not the furries that you probably think of, but it's like the Japanese furries. Maybe him neck too thick. Oh, you know, that's valid. Yeah. The horse's neck too thick. Explain. I don't know if you've seen. Okay. I have to. There's like certain aesthetics that are like so much better with their like Japanese counterparts. Look at this person's. I'm like, I don't even like this, but it's like they're so cute. Look at them. I don't even know who this is, but it's like that's so well made. Like, what the fuck? It's like a weasel or something. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? That's crazy. To me, that's a much better aesthetic than like, I don't know, the Western furries, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying. Oh, they're like a white tiger. Oh. More human than normal furry. Oh, you know, valid, yeah. Yeah, they might have a whole style. Might say they all look the same. Oh my god. Kigurumi furries. Yeah, I guess that's more. Yeah. I guess so. To me, that's like, I don't know. I just don't like the aesthetic of like a snout, if that makes sense. Like that doesn't appeal to me in any capacity. Unless it's like part of like a creature. Like the only time I've ever seen it work is like, I don't know, is like maybe more of a like this dude that was like a version of Killer Croc from like Batman. And I'm like, they got like, they have a whole snout and everything. And it's like, I don't know. Sometimes it kind of works. Western's furry style has come far from Western pop culture. True. That's true. Let me see. Let me see. It's got to be like a version on here that because it's like there's one version of him. Where are you at, bro? Western furries called a toony version based off of old cartoons like Wile E. Coyote. I guess it's probably also something. Yeah. And facial harmony is important even for animals. It's true though. You gotta make a good design. A jaw just leads back to character design, bro. Like, if it's not a good character design, I'm not about it. Like, to me, this shit is nothing. It's like, I don't feel like, I don't know, man. Past a point, I'm just like, you don't really get it. You're like an artist, but you still don't even get it. You know what I mean? Like, you can draw this so well, but it's like, I don't know, there's so many clashing parts that I'm like, oh man, you fucked it up. What the hell? Hyper realistics. I don't think I would enjoy that. That sounds too much. This is who I was talking about. Okay. There's a version of Killer Croc. Is it this one? Yeah. This is Killer Croc from one of the Batmans. And I'm like, dude has like a bit of a snout. And I'm like, that actually still works for him. Sorry, this is like almost unrelated, but it's adjacent. That's always I was trying to get at. Yeah. I like that. That's something. What? See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's more understood. Like, that's a it got a snout, but it's like, that's still something. God damn. I just don't like the ones that are like, oh, here's like a man with like the skin patternings of a crocodile, and it's like, that's nothing, brother. You're not full sending enough, okay? I mean, like, sometimes it's close, but it's not the same, you know? It's like, it's like, oh, he looks like a mutant. It's like, whatever, bro. Also, that one was specifically from a show called The Batman. And God, I loved all of the Batman's, like, versions of the villains. It was so good. You gotta have, like, the in-between animalistic hands and arms and legs. I think I enjoy, like, certain parts. Like, if it's got a human's face, then you make it handsome or pretty. But if it doesn't, then you gotta find the face symmetry, and not symmetry, but like balance to it that makes more sense. I think more, it's not even furries by this point. I'm like, there's so many like other designs that I'm like, dude, animalistic characters, like, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm such a like an anime kind of person that it's like I have such a preference versus that. Realistic suits I've seen people pull off really well are either crows or owls, and they're cute. I don't think I'm ever seen that. The only ones, I mean, I maybe seen a crow, but it was more in the sense of it was like, I think it was a crow for like a Kenku from Dungeons and Dragons instead of like a furry. But it would have also been a furry, if that makes sense. Or feathery. I don't know if there's like much care to the distinction. Are bird people furries? That was my thought. It's like, I don't know if they're still called furries or if it's like something else. You'd probably still fall under that same thing. I don't know. There's also scalies. That I'm familiar, yeah. Lizards, dragons, or scalies. Yeah. Not sure about birds. Avians. That's actually a really nice name for them. Oh, that's so much better than featheries. Avians. That's valid because that's just another way to say bird. Yeah, okay. That's valid. Neat. I don't know shit about this whole world, and so I'm like, So interesting that that's a thing. You know what I mean? Sea creatures? Oh, like fish? That I don't know. Is that a thing? Like I guess there would be a thing like that. Hmm. That's gotta be. I guess even at some niche, it's like it's gotta be something, right? Yeah. Hmm. Swimmies? Oh, that sounds cute, actually. Swimmy. Oh. A few that don't have a name, salmon fursuits go hard. Oh. So they do exist, but maybe don't have like a defined quote unquote category. Okay. Interesting. But I mean, if you see one, which I don't feel like I am familiar enough to say that I've seen one, it's like you probably could be like, hey, an idea, call yourself a swimmy, which people then would have more questions though, probably, but that's fine. Jellyfish, oh, how does that even work? That sounds like you're just wearing a nice hat. You're just wearing a silly hat. That's fun. Oh, you know what's probably a thing? Stuff like moths. Like bugs, but like fuzzy, like moths. Hmm. I don't know. Because I mean, like, I know there's a lot of moth and bug VTubers. So there's probably got to be like some of that with like, you know, actual furries. Moths. Certain moths are cute. Yeah. I think my mic isn't picking up certain, like, when I say moth correctly. Moth. Bah. You know? Mods. Yeah. No, it's like. I think a part of my register doesn't pick up as well as it should on like certain words. That's so silly in hindsight. I'm not even really speaking too loud though. It's like a casual day though, so you know, it's fine. Mods and boob. What? What? The fuck? Crazy. Holy. I don't feel like I've ever seen like some of these creatures as furries or whatever a sub creature is. But I feel like some of them would be cute in idea, but yeah. I don't know. I feel like I still prefer, I don't know, at most would be like an anime person with the animal features at most is my preference. Like I don't like I said, I don't like the snout and the face as much. More often than not, that like doesn't appeal at all to me. But that's okay. Cause it's like, oh man. Cause you would mean it would be like, oh, it's the obvious. Hootie would be an owl. It's like, I just don't like the way that that would look as a face. You'd have to really work it. Doesn't feel like it matches my brain. A spider fursuit would scare you. That would, depending, yeah, it could be very creepy. Saw a bearded vulture fursuit head. Oh my god. Crazy. I mean, bearded vultures in general look like insane. Spiders that are cute. I could see it if it's like an anime face instead. Yeah. Somebody having their arms attached on strings. Yeah. I don't know much, but there's like I don't even know what the artist's name would be. And I'm like, I don't know if I really would want to search up Japanese fursuit or like Japanese furry stuff, because it's like there's a certain artist that I knew of that was like really cool, but it's like not at all the same stuff. They just made like really cool like certain characters. Respect that people who can character act really well in fursuits. Like character acting in any sort of like cosplay or whatever would be like a feat in its own. Yeah. Oh no. No, I'm not thinking of like suits or anything. It's more just like an artist like that made character designs. Yeah, I don't know anything about like the physical stuff any. I feel like the closest I've ever been adjacent to it was like I used to make designs for like adoptables. Yeah. That can have fans and stuff. That's valid. I feel like it would be like insane to not take advantage of like certain aspects of like a suit like that. I don't, yeah, like I said, I'm like, I don't feel like that's me at all, bro. I at most want to dress like a ye old knight. That's where I'm gonna sweat and just like you want to spend money on a fursuit? I want to spend money on a full plate mail. We are not the same. Oh my god. It's so goofy. Cooking an egg, like an egg in that armor. I know, but it's I would want to just have it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want it to be like something I'd wear constantly, but my thought is like maybe an armor with like a display rack so I can have it sitting in a room like how a ye olde manor would have, right? And that would be so cool. A suit of armor just in my house. Hell yeah. Yeah, like a castle hallway. Yeah, you know, here we have the ye olde armor set. You know, for decor. It matches so well with my like gamer aesthetic in my room here. I put some tiny fiber optics in the eye slots and it scare people. Oh my god. Have it be like a motion sensor like in another place in a gap, so it's like if you get close it's like the eyes start to like, yeah, ooh, pretty good. Always liked the suit armor sets for horses. Ooh, yeah, will it have an RGB? I would love an RGB RGB armor set, dude. Having the underglow in an armor set would go so hard. You know what I want is like, I just want gauntlets, you know? Like, I don't even want a full set. I want to be able to like wear a nice suit, but then like gauntlets, you know what I mean? That would be cool. But I'm like, I don't know. I would probably treat it like fancy rings, you know? You just just want to punch people with cool armor. That's what I'm saying. I want practical armor, but also I want it to look good. So maybe an armor set for combat and then an armor, some sort of display armor, and then one other one for like, you know, if I'm going out in the town, right? Can you settle for Hulk hands? I mean, I did have one Hulk hand when I was a kid. I don't think I had two. Like, I think there was just like one. I might have lost the other. Oh, so now we want 3 armor sets. Okay, but you know what I mean. Like, if money wasn't an object, it'd be like 1 for display, 1 for practical if we're talking something like a, hey, we're on a fight, right? We're gonna have a siege. I want to be prepared. And then, you know, if I'm going to say, you know, the Knights Club, you gotta look good. Like a decorative set for those occasions, okay? His greed delights me. Oh my god. If money is no object, then you would have 2 cents for every day of the week in your castle on your own island. Okay. That's not what I'm getting at. A castle on an island is also absurd. I feel like I'd rather live in like a secluded mansion in the woods, maybe. I don't know. Live like a count, some sort of Dracula-like figure, okay? Okay, there's very different aesthetics going on. A seaside like castle versus like an almost sort of abandoned woodland house or manor, sorry, is so different. It's a lot more manageable, plus less drafty because, you know, not made out of stone. A manor. It's cool, is it not? It is a cool idea, yeah. I feel like a castle on a cliffside overlooking a sea, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. A ghoul. A casket. A manor. You got me vizier posting again, guys. Please. I need to I need my to rep my up my rep so that I don't seem like any sort of weird evil vizier to any lords or ladies watching, okay? I am to be trusted with the guild's funding, okay? I am not an evil vizier. I'm just a guy that knows how to run things, okay? Say if a little gold gets out of, you know, taken out, it's more likely that it's for, you know, the funding of said guild. This is why we took his cursed amulet away. I just want to see it, okay? I just would like to see the amulet. It's not that I'm obsessed or, you know, enthralled by its, you know, allure. It's just something I think would be cool to see one more time. See with your eyes and not your hands. Okay, okay. Wow. You don't have to you don't have to do me like that, bro. What the hell? It's shiny. Come on. Okay. Wow. God damn. I do have 2 eyes, just one doesn't work well. Tis one of those days as I arrive on deck. My legs be aching and my hair a wet wreck from hill climbing. I did art today, so I say yay! I send the crew and Captain hugs before I go to bed without delay. Good night, Twitch. I appreciate you. I hope your day was okay. Appreciate you though. Good vibes all around though. Yeah, it do be a Monday. It is one of those days, like it's in the title. It is true. It's one of those days. It's one of those days, as Meatloaf liked to have put it. Just one of those days. God damn. I'm just thinking though, it's like Bro. Wasn't that Limp Bizkit? Oh, that is true. It is Limp Bizkit and not Meatloaf. Sorry. You're right. Did somebody say Meatloaf? So true. Also, Banktrack, I said my shark friend, my shark friend, and they said aquatic furries are called aquatics. Swimmies is cute though. Okay, aquatics. That's valid. That seems like almost like, you know, yeah, it's like it makes sense, but it's also like, I don't know, maybe it's more, it feels medical, if that makes sense, right? Like something that would be like, oh, this is the category. And instead of like, oh, this is what we want to be called, right? Yeah. That's fine. If it's what it is, then it's like, yeah, whatever. I feel like avians feel like it's something with it feels like something involving like some fantasy thing. So that's, I like that. Ah, yes, the avians. Ah. I did not. It did. I did. They did not like it. Also, 99. And you propositioned swimmies to them, and they did not like it. What the fuck? Oh, well, they have no whimsy. They're a furry with no whimsy, or I guess an aquatic with no whatever, bro. Where's their whimsy, bro? They take this shit serious. If they're presenting as a fish, they gotta be taken serious. You know? Okay, bro. Sure. Whatever you say. Bro thinks he's a fish. Okay. My bad. What's the next step? Just, you know. Holy shit. I'm sorry. It's funny to me, though. It's not a bad thing. I'm just like, I don't know. If you're getting to that point, you're. All I'm saying is if you're getting to that point, have a little whimsy, okay? That's all. It feels limiting. Whatever. I didn't make these categories. I guess neither did they, but saying that you're not even about it, I don't know. That's all. Bro, I don't know. Categories don't even matter. It's like, what do you do for your hobby? Oh, I'm a fish. It's fun. Goofy as hell. I like it. Yeah, okay. As long as you're enjoying yourself, sure, why not? I'm more akin to like a Splatoon character, though. I'm gonna be real. Look at my hair. I just look like one of those squids, but grown up. A last furry question, if I may. I mean, you know, I know that I'm not being the one asked either, so I'm like, I guess it's kind of up to the who is being asked, I guess. Yeah, making you into a squid persona right now. I don't feel like that would. How the hell? Yeah, where do mystical creatures fall into the categories? Is mayonnaise an instrument? I mean, I guess apparently after 20 years, guys. I don't keep up with the SpongeBob lore, but apparently they finally did it. Mystical creatures just fall under like general furry. Okay. Yeah, that sounds valid, sure. To me, it just like, yeah, I just don't know shit about this. It seems interesting, at least. Horse dragons? Interesting. But there's a real mythical... It's fine, whatever. There's a real mythical creatures that are horse dragons, guys. All I'm saying. Curiosity is quelled. Yeah, there's just a real creature called a Kirin. Cuter than it seems. I will say that. I mean, you know. Oh, that too. Well, a horse dragon, I don't think would be a Pegasus. But that feels like semantics by a point. Person created and named them after a... Oh, interesting. Oh, so it's like a tribute? Okay. Interesting. I guess that's valid. To me, I feel like that's such a wild thing. Ahoy, also welcome in. Hi. Hope you're having a nice Monday. We've been chilling today. I don't know, man. I feel like it makes the most sense that I would be an owl, but I'm like, I don't know. I like tigers. There was like a major idea that I had that was like a tiger, bro. But I know that's probably generic, but I don't care. I feel like I'm like big cat energy, but not like big the cat, but like, you know, a false hydra. What kind of, oh, I mean, like, isn't it just that there's not really a visual written down? A minotaur? Minotaur. That's interesting. That's actually pretty, I like that idea. EP tiger boy. Yeah. I mean, it just kind of makes me like a cat boy at most then. But it's like, if you've ever seen those like tigers that are just lounging around, that's the energy I think I have sometimes. Yeah. I like to think of being an unfathomable eldritch creature. That's nice. I wish to be unknowable but all-seeing and all-knowing, so that's valid. Tiger's chillin's vibe, yeah. And, you know, they goofy little guys. They're also just like big cat, you know? They're like vibing. Also, they like swimming, so that's pretty cool. I have always wanted the tiger poster, okay? And it still eludes me to this day. There has to be some way to have a tiger poster in modern day, okay? Like, where the fuck can I get one of these goddamned posters? Because past a point, I need it just to fulfill like a certain mental, like, you know, I didn't have certain things as a kid, and that was certainly one of them that I wanted. Even if it's like not even that cool, I want it. Yeah, the next meet and greet, if you have a tiger poster from the zoo books, can I please have it? I don't actually think I don't have any plans to do a meet and greet anytime soon, but you know what I mean? Somehow in between now and then, we need to procure a tiger poster and then, yeah, hand off. God damn. Yeah, they purr and they lum. They have big paws. Oh, dude. I love big tiger paws. They're so cute. Wow. Gonna find one of them and save it. Have a tiger poster with Hootie's signature. Yes! Dude, I would sign it. I would absolutely sign that. You kidding me? That would be so fun. I'd be like, oh, hell yeah, brother. Hand it over. I'm not adjacent to this at all, but I will sign this. I do not own anything of the zoo books or whatever they were. I would be more jealous that you have one, you know what I mean? It'd be like, oh shit, you have a tiger poster and you're just taunting me with it? What the hell? That's not cool, but I'll sign it anyway because I'm chill like that. God damn it. Get two and give one to you. That'd be very kind. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Oh my god. Dude, I think that tigers are cool. Big guy, big cat. Steal the second one anyways because pirate. Oh shit. You didn't have to say the plan, okay? I could have done it without any allusion to it and nobody would be the wiser. They'd be like they'd show up back in chat and be like, "I lost the tiger poster you signed." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck. Oh, that's crazy. Whoa." What the where would have it? I don't know. What are you what? No. Oh man, that's sad to see. That's sign a different name it out of spite. Yeah. God damn. You know what? If I were to like spend money on some sort of like expensive outfit anywhere adjacent to like a suit of armor or whatever, right? I'd probably just want to find a way to cosplay myself, right? Because that would be cool. That would be like way more interesting in my head. Bitchless without my tiger posters. Well, somehow unrelated is that I have twice the aura that I had if I just had the single one. Name the pieces you require and I can find you a price range. You know, that's valid. I would probably have to look into it. But there's also probably a lot of, you know, like, hard to say. I feel like it's mostly stuff that would be like, this is normal attire, but then it's like designed in a way that's like slightly more unique. I think the hardest part would probably be my coat, which I have not worn in a hot second, but yeah. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I mean, I just a button up and whatnot, right? There's a literal website that sells pirate gear. Ooh, that would be fun. Yeah. I just have liked the simple look of like me and my unbuttoned blouse, and then my eye patch and the gold accessories. That's fun to me. That's enough right now. I like it. I feel like it's so cool whenever I've seen people cosplay themselves as VTubers, because it's like it's a couple people I've seen. It's like the most recent one would be like Cottontail, apparently at AX this year. She was able to cosplay herself, and that sounds so cool. I wish I was there to see it in person. Maybe, oh, dude, I don't know. But then there was like a friend of mine. I mean, Buff herself also cosplayed herself, but it was like the werewolf, and so that's crazy because it was like that's actually a fursuit and everything too. Kind of insane. It's kind of silly in hindsight. I'm trying to think any other persons I know. I think I've seen a couple, like maybe a few other VTubers do that. Yeah. Somebody's selling a non-official Zoo Books Tiger poster on Redbubble. Report them. That's not official minted tiger poster. I'm joking. Don't do that. God, imagine. A real one's like 500. I'm certain, actually. I'm certain that makes sense. It's better than like 250. Yeah. But dude, imagine like a real one. I know that that's way too much. Way too much. God. Man, why didn't I get the Zoo Books with the tiger poster? God, it was all over. It was so easy to just call the 1-800 number, but we never did. Man. What a fucked up time. Should have known. It's a meme even back then. Yeah. And she's the size and the finish. Ooh. I would want it to look as authentic as possible. The idea of like framing a tiger poster, dude. Dude, it would be such a stupid thing to get. Like, just imagine getting the tiger poster and then like having an insanely expensive frame and everything. Dude. Oh, wait. You have the dog playing poker's poster? Oh, that would be also very good. I was just thinking, wait, imagine commissioning like an oil painting of the same picture, but it's like a real oil paint. Somebody just replicating that, and then you have that framed. Oh my God. That would go so hard. Oh. I would love, I mean, I would probably want to do it even. Oh, dude, imagine. I'm not like somebody that would be able to do like realism on as like animals, but dude, I would absolutely love that. An actual oil painted tiger poster, and then you like legitimately, yeah, just then put it in a frame made for like a regal ass poster, like a regal ass painting. And it's like the only reason somebody would know is if they've seen those commercials. So it's like, oh man, that's so fancy. If they don't know, and then if they know, is like, is that the fucking tiger poster? Yep. It's not a poster though. You have, oh, that would be so good. 30 by 19 and a half. Holy. That's crazy. But I would want the reason why I say like an oil painting, it would be like so good to see like the brush strokes. A big ass poster. But it's like, okay, imagine like the like thick paint of an oil paint. Just like it's actually a painting. And it's like, oh, having that. And it's like, you have so much effort into this one stupid joke, but it's still a good photo of a tiger. So I mean, there's not really any harm in that, you know? But it's like, who would actually do that? I don't know. I don't know any real oil painters. You know what I mean? It's like I would have to find somebody and then like get it done. And God, that would have to be like an expensive ass commission, bro. You know? Even if you're doing it yourself, like oil paints are crazy expensive. Especially if you want like the good ones. So I'm like, I mean, it's gonna be something like crazy expensive, but God, it'd be something to have for the rest of your life. You know? Oh my God. Imagine like an Antiques Roadshow, like 100 years down the line, and it's like the oil painted tiger poster shows up. Oh, dude. That would be so funny. Imagine this is very mint condition of just the. Now we've done some research, and apparently this was a commissioned piece way past the time that the original photo was taken, and we were very confused by the idea of this. But it does seem that it was some sort of cultural icon of the youth of a certain period. Something that if you saw it, you would notably understand it immediately. Nowadays, it's just a very well painted portrait of a tiger. It's like, oh, I didn't know. Whoa. I just had it have, it was just a hand me down. Like, I got it from my, like, well, it's been in the family for generations. Oh, weird. Gosh, I guess that makes sense. There's always been like, some of the older people would have comments of like, "Oh, I remember that," but it's like I didn't know if it was actually a famous painting or if it was like a replica. God, just like no clue. God, that would be so good. Just the concept of that is such a banger thing. I love that. Oh, I'm just thinking also like, dude, imagine like, I don't know, partially I feel as though there's not a lot of things that would be even like, you know, like some sort of inherited thing, right? Nothing really feels like it makes sense for that. Oh, hey, how you been, dude? No, I'm good. Welcome in. Hi. How you doing? We've been just vibing. I think that like it's been a week, but you know, we're rolling with the punches really. Dude, I just really can't get into it, but like it's a tiring week. That's for sure. hmm And to me, it's like I don't know. Maybe at some point I'd get into it, but like, that's fine. You know, it is what it is, kind of deal. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just, maybe a little tired today thinking about it too. I'm just like, I don't know. I've been like seeing people do stuff like conventions and stuff recently, and I've been also thinking about that, dude, traveling. I feel like I'm the type of person that's like, another sort of thought of like, if money was no option, right? Would you be the type of person that would travel? I don't know. I feel like I would, but mostly to stuff like conventions. You know what I mean? Like going to see friends and like cons. That'd be about it. But then I'm like, I don't know, certain cons I'm like, you can kind of just like do on your own if you've like, got a remote thing. But there's also like meeting people in person is like so different. I love that stuff whenever I've gotten the chance to. Guys, if money was no object, what do you feel like you would do? Cons are fun but yucky. That's true. You gotta be like super hygienic, otherwise there's gonna be some problems out of it. Yeah, dude, a con ick is no joke. I've seen a good number of people just be like, oh yeah, travel for sure. I like the idea of traveling. I feel like I'd, want to do it in more comfort than I've had, though, is the problem. It's like, oh, yeah, travel. Yeah, that sounds great. But then it's also like, yeah, that's also expensive. But yeah, if there's no like big thought about money, then yeah, I'd travel for sure. Cons are fun concept, but overwhelming and full of anxiety. Yeah. I feel like I would enjoy, because I know that there's like often people that I know that are going. And it's like, if it isn't, then it's like, oh, I would just go and like just be adjacent instead of going to the con. But then there's also like booths that are so, I don't know. I love whenever I have gone to cons, it's like, going to the booths are so fun to me. I'm not even really there for the panels or anything really, unless it's like a friend. But then it's like, I don't know. I could just talk to them on Discord too, I guess. I don't know. Or like a meet and greet. I've gone to friends meet and greets and it's like, oh, it's just you. Hi. Hello. Dude, I remember going to the Vici Buns meet and greet, and that was so funny because it was like, it I think felt like a breath of fresh air whilst I went. Oh my god, it was really funny. Because it was like, hi, and it's like, oh hi, Hootie. But they didn't say the Hootie part out loud. It was like, oh hi, oh my god, it's you. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. We know each other. Yeah. Dude, it's so fun. But I'm like, I feel as though when I'm in person, I'm like, I'm going to be way more social. I'm forcing myself to like message every single person I physically can so that I can meet up. And it's like, I'm a menace. I'm a pest. Like I was like, do you want to meet up? And I just like mass send to everybody that I know, and the people that reply first, I'll reply. Like, it's like, I'm like, where you at? What's up? Are you at the food court? Do you like to meet up near the Gamer Subs booth? It's very large, so it's an easy thing to spot. And it's like, oh yeah. And then it's like walking around with people. Dude, it's so fun shopping with people, like at a con. I mean, like, even if I'm not purchasing something and it's like, oh, their goal is to like find a certain character. Dude, that's so fun. Just being like the eyes on the, like, eyes around, searching around Where's Astarion from Baldur's Gate? Where's this freak ass vampire man? And it's like that was one time. It was really fun seeing as many Astarion merch items that we could find. even if I'm not purchasing it, it was like really funny. Really, really funny. To me, I'm like, bro, I don't know if there's a character that would be like that for me though. Yeah, that dude was booming last year. It's true. He had so much merch. I feel like I would be about that with certain, maybe Snoopy. It would be really honestly, if you saw a Snoopy thing at a con, it would be like so out of place, but I would be so happy. I'd be like, oh, no fucking way you're selling like a Snoopy pin or some shit. What the fuck? Dude, I imagine getting like, yeah, this is an anime con, but I'm here for the Snoopy merch. Where's the merch of Snoopy the dog? Because I'm not buying anything else. Yeah, bro. I'm a Snoopy head. I like that silly dog. He's pretty cool. Yeah, people have him too, though. I mean, it's true. I think there's been times where I've seen stuff with Snoopy, but I wasn't like, I didn't have the cash on me to do it or buy them. It's like, God, imagine just bringing back a haul just full of like Snoopy merch. Saw a chunk of Snoopy things at TwitchCon last year. I don't think I've seen that. I know that I've been a fiend trying to find like ways to like get merch of friends, but it's like hard to say if they're like, if I could in person. There was one time where I went to the VShojo's when Giga was in VShojo. There was like the booth that they had that you could buy a VShojo merch, and I was like, hi, I'm a secret friend of Giga here in person. I want all the merch I can. Give me. And it was like really silly in hindsight, because it's like I got my mask and everything on. Is like, who the fuck? I just put on an accent and they'll have no idea. Absolutely not. That's silly in hindsight, though. I'm like, I could probably do the same with somebody like Joel if they're having, you know, people at anime cons have started to draw VTubers more often. Yeah. You got any Giga on ya? I know you're selling merch. Yeah, you never recognize a giant man. Yeah, it's true. They won't recognize a giant owl man. True. I'm incognito. Yeah, if I was in an incognito cosplay, I don't know what I would actually be though. Yeah, I'm gonna dress up as like, I don't know, let me see, one of the giants from One Piece, or like Whitebeard. Nobody'll guess it's me. Imagine. I'll just be like, hide in plain sight and cosplay yourself. Well, that's true. We were talking a little about that. Yeah. That'd be kind of neat, actually. Nobody know Hootie is the giant man in a One Piece cosplay? Oh, well, okay. Okay. Caught. It's so obvious. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, fuck. Yeah, man. What do I cosplay so that I don't get immediately caught? I don't know though. Yeah, I have to cosplay God, I don't know. I have to be like a super deep cut. But then it's like, then I don't know. Then I'd probably have to be asked what I'm even like, you know, cosplaying if it's that. I'm Master Chief? Dude. I mean, I guess that works. Just like full suit of armor, basically. God damn, bro. Yeah. I mean, it just anybody could be Master Chief. That's true, I guess. It would work. I'm tall enough. Actually, how tall is Master Chief supposed to be? Because that's kind of neat. If I'm like actually kind of like the correct height, that's kind of neat thinking about that. I mean, is at least over 6 feet. I'm pretty sure, but I'm like, is he abnormally tall or is he like just sort of tall? You know what I mean? Like how big is the chief? 6'10". What the fuck? Bro is huge. What the hell? And it's like, isn't that like suit of armor just bulky as hell too? Like huge. His Master Chief. Oh, 7'2" in armor? That's not even counting the armor? What the fuck? Damn. 7'2". He's a foot taller than I am. What the fuck? That's crazy. He's a super soldier. Yeah. Yeah, it's valid. He's big guy. I guess it does make sense that he's like punching aliens and stuff like that. Double kill. Triple kill. Kill-tacular. Kilimanjaro. That's not Master Chief, I know, but like, that's the voice I think of. Headshot. Killing spree. You do not want that man. He's hung up on his ex Cortana. Oh, yeah, you don't want to be a rebound girl. No. I mean, you can be friends with the guy, but like, yeah, you don't. Yeah. That is not a good spot to be in. Because it's just, that's going to be messy. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. God. He's so hung up on Cortana though, right? I don't know shit about Halo. Thinking about it, it's just like one where I like loosely know some things. It's like he's a super soldier on a space thing called a Halo. I don't actually know if it's like the only one. It's just one of them. And there's an aliens, but I don't know anything about them. Evil, in our perspective, evil aliens, I guess. I don't know. That's all I know, anything about it. And then it was like, I played some with some friends. Some of them are evil, some are hot. Okay. Interesting. I don't know if I have seen any of the hot aliens, but that's, I guess, a matter of perspective. Are you referring to like the elites in Halo? I don't actually know. Is that what your type is, I guess? Show you? Oh, okay. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, a triple. Bro. Oh my god. I'm just thinking about how like some people like really do not care about like a certain aesthetics, and I'm like, that's so silly. I don't know. I think I need at least, I feel like a human face helps a lot. Either that or it's like it's got to be like a mask or a helmet. I don't know. To me it feels like most aliens. That's what I thought you were gonna show. To me, I'm like, that's not for me. I'm gonna be real. This is one of the, well, I know he's like got a more personality. He's respectful. Okay. It's it didn't make him for you. Well, okay, chill. God damn. They're saying this man's, I think he's from like the earlier Halos. Like Halo 2 and stuff. Halo 2 or 3? I don't know his name even. But I like the armor. He's giving Godzilla. That's valid. Arbiter. Interesting. Arbiter. I've heard that name for sure. So I'm like, I guess I may have not even thought who that was his name though, or a name. I thought it was like a position, I guess, maybe. Wild. I don't know, man. It's so goofy in hindsight thinking about these like little guys. He doesn't really have a name. Oh, I see. He is just an arbiter. Oh, okay. It's just a title. That's interesting to say the least, bro. Huh. I think that's so silly, bro. I'm just like, to me, Halo has always been one of those like dude bro games of like, it's like more adjacent to kind of makes me think of, I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. I'm a little loopy today. I think I might actually have to call it thinking about it too, because it's like, bro, I'm not doing okay. I'm not, but that's fine. Yeah, rest up. It's fine. I'm just a little eepy. Yeah, but that's okay. Appreciate you guys hanging, and I hope you guys know that I hope you guys know that I just appreciate you all just for vibing whenever you can. But I think it's about time to call it. Yeah. Thank you for stream. Thank you guys for vibing. I should be back on Wednesday. I could still post a schedule. It's not unusual for a Monday to be a schedule, like a post for people. But yeah, let's call it there. Guys, if you haven't already, do join the Discord, follow the socials and all that. I hope you know that it means a whole lot. You're part of my crew, my chat. And I was actually thinking we would just vibe and end. No raid today. It's all good. But appreciate you. And I will see you next time, okay? Good night. Mwah. Good night.